Hey everybody, Matt from Red Paw here. So today I'm just going to go over my quick packing list and how I pack my Front Range 40 pack. It's important to note that this isn't necessarily what I take every time on every trip. My gear definitely changes depending on my needs for the weather, the climate, what I need for the dog, if it's a winter trip, a summer trip, etc. So just take that in consideration and let's just jump right into it. So the first thing that always goes into my bag is a liner of some sort. Sometimes that's a trash bag, sometimes this is Nylofume. Regardless, I think even with the Dyneema pack, having a liner is really helpful. So after that, first thing that goes in is my sleeping bag. This is an Enlighten Equipment sleeping bag. Okay, so then after the sleeping bag, what's gonna go in next is all the stuff I'm gonna want at camp. So I've got my base layers, I got the top and bottom, Cap 4 Patagonia base layers. Shove those in there. Then if I have some sleep socks, if it's cold, or a hat or gloves or whatever it is, that'll go in there as well. Then that's followed by the puffy jacket. It's a Patagonia UL down hooded jacket. Okay, then next after that is pillow. This is Sea to Summit Eros pillow. Highly recommended, I love that pillow. Then the last thing to go into the trash compactor bag is my Ultralight mattress. Okay, so then I just roll over that liner, stuff that in there. Then the next thing to go in is what I call the space suit. This is the wind pants and wind shirt combo that I made out of some orange windproof ripstop fabric. That's in next. Then in case it rains, I want my rain jacket to be outside of the liner, so then that'll go in next as well. Then from that point, it's all about convenience. So the food is going to go somewhere into the middle of the bag, of course above the liner, but it's a little heavy, so packing it down into the mid part of your back is a smart idea. Okay, then after that, I'm gonna put my tent in. This is a Big Agnes HV UL2 tent. This is the inner and the rain fly into this Make Your Own Gear stuff sack. Put that in here next. Then it's just a couple small things like all my cooking stuff. Everything fits in here. And then my ditty bag with headlamp, first aid kit, water filter, all that stuff right here up at the top. And then usually that is it for the main compartment of the bag. Then I'll just roll it down as far as I can go. So then the next thing to do is take your foam pad, and this is my 1/8 inch Gossamer Gear foam pad. I take this on every single trip, no matter the conditions. I think it's a great camp seat and just boosts your warmth of your sleeping pad. So I'll always take this, and sometimes I'll also take this too. So I generally take 2 to 3 foam pads. It's just a comfort thing, and they're light enough. So from that point, I'll pull this over the top strap and then cinch that down so that it stays tight onto the bag, like that. Okay, so then next we're gonna start filling out these outer pockets. So what I'll do is I'll take my tent poles for the Big Agnes tent. I'll put that on the tall side of the pocket. Take this compression strap, looped it around, tighten it down, and that just gives you a great place to put that, and it keeps it secure. So in these pockets, generally I'll stick a water bottle. A lot of my camps have been dry camps recently, so I end up taking a lot of water for me and the dog. So you can fit a 1 liter next to your tent poles. And the other thing I'll also put in there is my tent stakes in this bag I made for them with the reflective coating fabric. And I'll slide that right there. So that's one side. And then on the other side, I'll put a Nalgene. Yeah, I know, I use Nalgene still. and maybe some other small accessories if I don't have a place for them, or I'm worried about putting them inside the pack. I'll put them on this more durable outer pocket. So the next, for the water bottle pockets and the straps up front, stick a 700 milliliter Smart Water up there. Can also fit a 500 milliliter Gatorade bottle. Heck, you can even fit an Nalgene in these front pockets, but I don't always do that. It's a little bit too big. So yeah, that's generally how I pack the bag. I try to start a trip out leaving the big pocket empty, and then if stuff gets wet or I just get lazy, this gives me a great place to put everything. Just to show you how big this pocket is, here's a torso length Z light, and sometimes I'll do this too. Just stuff this in here. And here's an extra water bottle, just in case, like I said, I go to a dry camp. Can you move, please? Hey, come here. Thank you. So yeah, that's how I pack my Front Range 40 pack, and I hope that helps you when you're packing yours. Thanks.